Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Yes, I knew that NATO will go to the same garbage it always goes. Nobody can tell us what to do. In our organization, we decide who becomes a member and who doesn't become a member. That's correct, 100%. But your actions could be perceived by others as being unfriendly. All right, just to be nice, just use a euphemism. So yes, Russia will tell you, NATO, you can't have this country here in your organization, because if you do, and I designate you as a unfriendly organization, then I reserve the right to bombard the shit out of you. Capisci? Like the Americans are designated some cartels on this planet, or for instance in Iran, the whatever guard, remember? They designate it as a terrorist organization. Therefore, no due process, and we unilaterally reserve the right to strike whomever we want in Iran or in Venezuela, because we decided to designate those organizations as narco-terrorists, terrorists, and so on. It's true that we have no say on how those organizations, the cartels, organize their dealings. Who's in charge, who's the next one, who's the accountant. No, we don't have the right, but we reserve the right to smack you. So I'm going to show you how Mr. Rutte, the imbecile from the Netherlands, tells you, Russia, no, but you can't tell us who we should admit, exactly like the cartels. Tell the Americans, you don't tell us how should we organize. That's true, but we reserve the right to smack you. This is the response. That's the first topic. Second topic, I think it's very dangerous what is going on over here. Poland to receive 44 billion euros. It's about $47 billion to strengthen the East Shield. Hey, my friends from Poland, you understand that some interests will use you now since Ukraine is done. You understand that, right? They will arm you to fight on your territory whomever they designate as their enemy. All right, that's the second topic. The third topic, Kallas had a little smack over her beak like this. Punk. Why? Because Kallas, in her ignorance and in her infantility, let's create some words here, thought that she really is in charge of the Europeans' foreign policy. And she told Donald Trump and the guys in America, you cannot push forward that peace plan before talking to me. And Rubio said, I don't want to talk to you. So he didn't speak with her in Geneva. And now she her beak and her ego got smacked where it's supposed to be, -1,000, or under the table, blowing. That's where she deserves to be, in my humble free human being's assessment or opinion. And she says that post-war security guarantees to Ukraine limited only to financial and military aid. No boots on the ground anymore. No coalition of the willing. No French troops. Nothing. So you got it? Who's in charge? The guys from across the Atlantic Ocean to the west. All right, so let's start with the first topic. Ukrinform. This guy, he's a secretary. That means he tells us what other people decide. He cannot have his own opinion or assessment because he's just a secretary. NATO is not his or his parents' organization. That's someone else's. He's just over there, the face, like the spokesperson. Comes out and says, these guys decided me to tell you this. That's how it is. And this is what he says. Rutte, Russia has no say in Ukraine's NATO membership. Or Russia has no right to block Ukraine from joining NATO. That is 100% true. Has no right and has no say. The problem is Russia can say, I'm going to fuck you up. Okay? And what are you going to say? Has no right. NATO talks about rights? I have to remind NATO that NATO bombarded Yugoslavia illegally. So shut up. NATO invaded and destroyed 2 countries at least in the same time, Afghanistan and Iraq. It was nothing in those countries, all those countries who participated in those crimes of Iraq and Afghanistan were NATO member states. All right? Thirdly, Libya. NATO imposed unilaterally on the Libyan leader, as bad as he was, Mr. Gaddafi, a no-flight zone on his country's airspace. NATO had no right. So when this cocksucker tells us as a secretary that Russia has no right, I take that little statement and I wipe my ass with, and then I put it on his face, and you know what I'm going to do? Smear it. This is unbelievable. You think so? Do you think the root that does not know that? All right, done with this cretin. Next one. Poland is prepared to fight Russia next in the name of defending our freedoms. Like, I don't know, same-sex marriage, pink hairs, identifying as whatever I feel like, not as your boss or God or just male or female, snipping my balls as a minor and all that. The new Greco-Roman values pushed by the Judeo-Christian culture. Here it is. Poland, you're going to fight these guys' war. I guarantee you that. You're going to get there. And this Donald Tusk is European Union's boy. Poland to receive 44 billion euros, which is, as I said, about $47 billion from the European Union to strengthen East Shield. Now, question. European Union, where do you think European Union has the money? Well, the European Union would have the money like this. It has its own economy. It collects taxes from all the countries, and they have the money. And those countries that are collected, they have to give the money, they work in a surplus. Their economies are thriving, therefore they give an extra. So they make these profits, and from that they pay European Union a little bit. Right? Wrong. Because in Europe, how many countries have a deficit, a balance? How many? How many do have a profit between expenses and revenue? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So European Union borrows money, among others. And if they don't do it, the countries that need to pay their dues to the European Union borrow the money in the name of their fucking citizens, who will, forfeit? Is that how I say? Their children's future. So yes, that money is taken from these guys, given to Poland to make sure that the East Shield is accomplished. So where's the word about, why not in Germany? The Central Shield. How about that one? Let me show you. Poland will receive around 44 billion euros in loans from the Safe Defense Program to boost its defense capabilities and security. So, the same profiteers, the banks and the military-industrial complex will make a kill in Poland. Prime Minister Donald Tusk announced that ahead of his cabinet meeting, Ukrinform reports. He said that about 44 will be allocated for the purchase of drones and for East Shield project. He added that thanks to the effort of Polish diplomacy, we arm ourselves. East Shield has become a project for all of Europe. So diplomacy brings weapons to Poland, who are going to fight the Russians for Europe. According to him, Warsaw will also invest in space projects, the development of AI in the defense sector, cyber and crypto security, as well as safe security action for Europe Baltic program. What have I freaking told you about the next ones. These guys will push the Baltic states, as I said, Poland, and maybe the weasels in Romania to fight the Russians next once the Ukrainians are decimated. And it seems like they are falling and failing. Let me show you a little map, okay? So you understand what is going on here. I will start first. Let me show you actually a Google map, okay? Why Google map? Because it's better than the one with Ukraine that I get it from the Russians. Here, this is Ukraine. This is Russia right here. This is the Baltic states, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, the great countries with a total population of 6.1 million people. Poland is right here. And then you have here Slovakia, Hungary, Romania. And this is what's going to be probably Russia in the future. Here you have right there Belarus. So these guys are preparing these countries. These guys being these guys right here. These are the guys who are preparing themselves. They are protecting themselves with these imbeciles. It seems like now Finland is used right here. Then Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania. Then Poland right here. These guys are not on board yet. They have to overthrow the governments over there first. Romania, not yet, but it's coming. So all these guys are going to be the East Shield. Who's Eastern Shield? Right here. These are the guys. But hey, no, right there. Right there. So Poland, you will fight their war next. You think you're going to be tough and you're going to get your, let's say, Second World War reparations from Germany? $1.3 trillion that you claim they cough you. Do you think you're gonna go to Berlin with and smack them as they smacked you? I don't think that's impossible. Remember, there are many crazies on this planet. All right. So again, get ready, my friends. You are gonna fight their war. And here is Kaja Kallas, an infantile, as Annalena Baerbock, as Liz Truss, as Mr. Anthony Blinken, and many others in the West. They are our champions. Our champions, man. So this is what happened. I explained already how Marco Rubio, who's not a genius either, said, I don't talk to her. And she dared to say, she looks very bad. I don't know what happened here. Maybe the cock missed the mouth or something. She's all red over there. I don't know. Here it is. European Union's post-war security guarantees limited to financial and military aid. Until about 2 days ago, this babe, this female dog, she said that we will destroy Russia, we will have troops over there, we will provide security guarantees with Ukraine, with our military, the coalition of the willing, we're gonna show the Ruski who we are. An Estonian. Total population of Estonia, 1.3 million people. She is now in charge, supposedly, of the foreign ministry of more than 450 million people, the European Union. What did she do? Give me an achievement of this person. One. I mean, that's an achievement in itself, but why? Why? Did she invent anything? A new, I don't know, a new term, a new technique, method in diplomatic, whatever spheres? What did she do? Did she use that? Many women can use that and they don't get to her position. Doggy style or whatever. But there she is. There she is, man. The security guarantees Brussels will provide Kiev after the war include financial aid, troop training, and support for Ukraine's defense industry. High Representative for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy, Kaja Kallas. Policy, man, she makes policies. Policies. She was the Prime Minister of Estonia or something like that. Kallas made a statement in the comment to reporters following a meeting of EU foreign ministers as reported by Ukrainska Pravda. The European Union will make a significant contribution to security guarantees by providing funding, conducting training, and supporting the Ukraine defense industry. Got it? All right. So this is Miss Kaja Kallas. What do you think changed? She received an order. She received an order. And she deserves to be out. As long as we have this kind of people, supposedly being our representatives or leaders, Europe is doomed. We're going to continue to have a Judeo-Christian culture as the main culture, and we're going to be doomed. Why? For the obvious reasons. First, we're not a Judeo-Christian, okay? We are a Greco-Roman. If you want to be that one, okay, burning bush, Daniel and Goliath and all that, you can do that. Cut your cock around, that's good, that's Judeo-Christian for you. Oh, it's much more than that? Oh, my bad. All right. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.